I'm Kelly Parks of Calm Waters Cloud Accounting, and I love to see accounting professionals succeed in their client work and in their firms. And so today I'm going to show you a video to create super efficiency in your client work. And you can set this up for your team members or yourself. And it's scalable because every time you take on a client, you have a standard system that you're going to use that you can replicate. And then I'll show you that every time you first, or when you first start the work for the client, then you can set up your bookmarks. So my efficiency hack is folders, subfolders, and bookmarks within the subfolders for client work that coordinates with the work that you are doing in your practice management app. So it kind of matches your workflows and checklists. It just makes it super efficient to get to things and to open it. And it looks like this. I'm going to show you my sample file. And of course, sample files love to go sideways when you're doing a live demo. So just have a little patience with me if things don't go exactly as planned. But the concept is pretty cool. So one of the first things that I do is I put in my Financial Sense bookmark so that I can get directly into the client in Financial Sense. I do their Google Drive folder. And then I create the standard ones for me are reconciliations and sample reports. And then depending on the kind of work that I'm doing for the client, there may be sample recurring, there may be vendors that we need to open in the QuickBooks file, or there may be vendor logins where we're grabbing information on behalf of the vendors. Whatever it is you do a lot of, make sure that you bookmark it and create folders within the client folder so that it is nice and organized. The other nice thing about creating folders is you can right click and open them all in a new window. This works really well for reconciliations to make sure that you open them all up and then you reconcile everything kind of in tandem so that you don't have to go back and redo a reconciliation. So I make sure that visas and checking and savings are done at the same time before I hit finish on them all. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. What's really nice is that here you would have the reconciliations that match what your workflow looks like so that you have redundancy of what needs to get done so that it actually gets done. So let's take a look at what this looks like. When we're in here, this is the start of the month client tasks, and this is what we would go through. But then let's take a look at reconciling. In here, we have listed the reconciliation accounts and what to do with those reconciliation accounts. These don't match exactly with what I've got going on because it's a sample file, but imagine if these were exactly the same as these, so that you really hone in on the reconciliations that need to get done and they don't get forgotten, especially the asset and liability ones that may not show up in overview. Those are the poor little ones that we miss, and they're so important to do. What's really nice about setting these up in a folder is that you right click on it and we're going to open them all in a new window. This is going to take a minute because we are calling up a lot of resources, but it is a heck of a lot faster than actually opening every single reconciliation one at a time. And again, it makes sure that you get them all open. So we've got the reconciliations open. And this is scalable. Let's just take a quick look through it. Again, this is a sample file. That's why it's asking me to do all of this silliness. When you do these, you've opened them all up. This is totally scalable. You've created a sample folder style. But then when, right here, these are the sample folders. As I said, always put in a reconciliation one. And then the very first time that you go to do client work, you're going to list it in your practice management app, but you have to open these reconciliations anyways. So you may as well bookmark them. What happens is you can see in the URL bar, there is a unique identifier that opens up that reconciliation when you are in that particular client file. It is the same thing as reports. You can open up a series of reports all at once, open them in a new window, Oh, I want to show you what's really cool too afterwards on closing reconciliations all at once rather than one at a time. Okay, so we're opening these reports. And what's going to happen is you bookmark the report in the first place that you want for the client, put it in the date range, make sure you've got the details in it that you want. And then again, it's got a unique identifier up here. And now it is going to open up that client file with the client name, with their data. So every client file that you're in, proper client name, proper data, as long as you have bookmarked it within that client file. So there we go. We got the balance sheet. We got the profit and loss. I like to run a comparative. This is a sample file, so it doesn't have comparative data. And then the AP aging. What's really nice, this works well with the reconciliations. You just close a window when you're done and you still have the place that you want to be for other things. So we are in the reconciliations. We have now reconciled the accounts that we want to. We can close it, which puts us right back into the main example of my bookmarks. So again, super efficient. URLs are the key thing here. Oh, how about trying to get into some of the POS systems and finding reports? I actually bookmark the reports, let's say in Square or Stripe or whatever, so I'm not moving around. And let me show you recurring. So recurring works exactly the same. There's a unique identifier by client, so all you have to do is click on it, and then it will pull up any recurring transactions that you want. If you want, you can also go directly into a vendor within here. So if there's a vendor that you are in a lot, you can bookmark it. This translates well to your clients. Whatever kind of work they're doing, you can help them set up bookmarks as well. So I hope this was helpful. I know I love this system, and I really hope you love this system as much as I do. Thanks. Again, I'm Kelly Parks of Comwater's Cloud Accounting.